Yo, what is up, guys? I haven't seen you guys in a few days. I haven't been streaming. And like I said before, the reason was because of this Winter Royale tournament that I wanted to participate. You guys know that I only have one computer right now, so I couldn't, stream and play because streaming and playing on the same computer does actually affect me. But usually when I'm just like doing pubs, it doesn't really matter because it just pubs, right? But for this tournament, I didn't want anything, running on my computer except the game. All right, so here's a few things that I learned. This is the first time ever a tournament like this has happened, so it's not like anybody had any information. It was the first time experience for everybody. Also, it was the first time that I myself experienced actual like scrim type games or professional games or whatever, where you have like 20 people at the end of the circle. And let me tell you, it is crazy. All right. So I have a lot of things that I want to talk about. And the reason why I made this video is because I want to do it. I don't want to repeat myself during the stream, which is I'm going to do later the stream and then tell you guys to come watch this video. So anyways, I don't want anybody to get offended. I'm not trying to talk smack on any pro player, anybody, guys. This is just my opinion. Okay. I don't want anybody to get offended. All right. So here's what I learned. The first day, the first session was the easiest one to get yourself qualified. As you can see, I got 20 points my first session. The second one, I got 18, 11, 15, and 13. I started going downhill. And I didn't do anything. I didn't change anything. I was still playing the same way. I was playing for placements, by the way, because I know I don't have the mechanical skill yet. And we're going to talk about that on computer yet, since I just switched. I have like a month. So I knew that I couldn't keep up with a Twitch player, so I needed to use my smarts. And then at the end, you'll notice a 24. And I'll explain something. Now, okay, so I don't know who you guys were watching, but so anyways, the first session was the easiest and the best chance you had to qualify, to get 29, to get 30 points. I think Aiden got 29 points his first session, and then it just started going downhill after that. I think Upshaw had as high as maybe his second session with like 27, 28 points. I don't know if you guys were watching. A lot of people, their first session was their best, and then after that, it started going downhill. And you might ask yourself, well, why is that? Well, this was a new tournament for everybody. A lot of new, I don't like using the word noob, but a lot of people who aren't really good were trying it. You know, your mom and pops, your kids, everybody was just trying it, right? Maybe all the people who were like, who usually play 50 versus 50 or tomato versus hamburger, not tomato, but pizza. Everybody was trying it, right? So the first game, and this is something that I didn't know coming into here, the first few games and the first session was where you needed to play it like a pub, because technically it was. You had everybody in there. What does this mean? Well, going for 7 kills and a win, pushing people, being aggressive. And I didn't do that my first game. As you guys can see, I only got 1 elimination because I had no idea how this was going to play out. Now, what happened after that, after the first session, after the first 3 hours, a lot of people, maybe a lot of console players, maybe a lot of mobile players, because remember, guys, everybody's like combined. They're like, you know what? Screw this. Like, this is too hard. You know, maybe I got to 10 points. You're on PlayStation, maybe Xbox, you got to 10 points. And then you started going against other people with 10 points on the PC and you started getting wrecked. And you're like, you know what? I'm not as good as I thought I was. Yeah, I have no chance. I'm just going to quit. And because those people quit, those noobs, those bad players, it started to get harder because the only people that kept competing were the good players. This is why Ghost Aiden, Upshaw, Nick Merckx, everybody was struggling. And the reason I mentioned those guys is because I wanted to see how I was doing compared to them, right? So everybody was doing horrible. And I was like, how am I doing worse? Like, I got 20 my first session, my 18, and then 11. And then I was just like, man, I give up. And then as you guys can see, early morning also was the best one. On Sunday, I got 15, but it was still harder than this first day that I got 20. And then sadly, I noticed one thing that I kind of knew already, but I really don't like to mention it because I don't like to talk crap. West is harder than East. Mind blown. This 24 with 3 wins was on East, even with a higher ping. And I think I've talked about this. The reason why East is easier than West, not a lot of people get that confused and they're going to be like, well, East has more pro players. Yes. East has more scrim players, etc., than West. But it also has more bad people because people from Europe also queue up to East. Does that make sense? Like the East population is way bigger than the West. You have all of like basically half of America. You have Canada that queues up with East. And then you also have Europe that queues up East. Right? This is why look, if you guys notice, there's a downward trend, right? And I was at 13 and then I noticed, I'm like, how the people on the West servers on Sunday, even like the first game, which one was it? There was one game, I think it was this one right here. Like the first game, everybody was freaking tryharding. Because I realized too late, I was like, yo, maybe I should push. Maybe I should be aggressive in the beginning, right? It didn't work out. These guys were beasts. And then I was like, you know what? Like, damn, West seems like way too hard. Let me go try East. Boom. I actually got 3 wins, chat. 3 wins on Sunday when only the tryhards were left on the East servers. All right. And I actually got 2 elimination points. And I wasn't even going for eliminations. I got 24 points. If I would have done this, on the first day, I easily could have qualified. Now, I'm actually glad I didn't because I don't deserve to qualify. Like, you guys know what I say. Like, I am not up there when it comes to Twitch players. But I think I'm up there when it comes to this. And this is very important. Tfue I don't even think he qualified. And Tfue is an amazing player, but he was getting triggered and he was getting like pissed off. Tfue plays West also, by the way. So Tfue, move to the East. No, but seriously, guys. So what I should have done, I should have played East and I should have played like super aggressive your first 2 games. All right. Once you make it to 10 plus, you can't be super aggressive. So like say your first game, you get 7 kills. That's 3 points. You get 2 points for top 10 is 1 point. That's 4. And then top 5, another point. That's 5. And then the win, that's 8 points. Your first game, you get 8 points. And then maybe try pushing the second game. Boom. You're already up ahead. You already got like 15. This is where a lot of pros were getting stuck at 15, 16, etc. All right. So the reason I mention all of this is for the future. Like, I'm excited for these tournaments and I'm excited for rank, dude. It feels so good. Like, the pros had such a big advantage in the people who scrim compared to the people who don't, because the in-game circles, I don't know how many of you guys made it, but the in-game circles are freaking crazy. Now, here's one thing that I've mentioned before, and I don't, and you guys, if you guys watch my stream, you guys heard this. When people said, Alex, what do you think about the glider redeploy? Should it be in or should it be out? I said this. I honestly don't care if they keep it or they remove it as long as they do something, because I just switched to computer and I've been playing with glider redeploy and I don't actually know how to build because you didn't actually need to. And now they remove it and I'm getting screwed. I'm going back and having to learn so I don't take fall damage, which I did a bunch of times. Right? You guys remember that? That's because I never actually played any scrims. These games, yes, there is skill, but dudes, if you get, by the way, this one on West, I could have actually won like 5 games, chat. 5 mother effing games. I could, oh my God. I could have had 30 points. There was 2 games in this last one Sunday where it was 1v1 and I just screwed up mentally. I choked. There was one where my SMG wasn't reloaded. Oh my God. I had a grappling hook. I shoot the guy, the storm was coming, it was hectic, and then I switched to my SMG, click, click, and then I switched back to the pump, and then the guy just kills me. I was like, but anyways, I actually changed my mind now. I kind of see why Myth, and I think it was Myth, and Cypher, and other pro players were like, and we need glider redeploy. We need it. They were like, we need it, and I was just like, whatever, like, I don't know. You actually... It's so much RNG. Like late game, if you have a grappling hook, if you have a rift, portal rift, and if you have a shockwave, what are they called? Shockwaves, whatever, those things that make you bounce, whatever. it puts you at such an advantage compared to not having those, because towards the end you don't have mats either. Everybody's stuck at 500, and these players are so good, chat. Like, holy crap. Like, towards the end, if you do not protect yourself, they will. At the end, I was in one game, there was 20 people in a tiny circle. Everybody's boxed up. You move a little bit to try to save some mats. These guys open a window so fast and shoot you in the ass. You don't even know what's going on from all kinds of places. Like, I'm like, whoa, huh? Like, it's crazy, but it's amazing, man. And the sad thing is, I won't be able to play like this anymore, because like scrims are not like that unless you do like the pro scrims. This is why we need rank, where people are going to take it seriously, so we can get practice in these types of game modes and these types of situations, man. All right. That's a lot of talking, right? So anyways, how did you guys do? Right. Oh, and there's one more thing I got to talk about. But I'm going to ask this. How did you guys do? Do you play on PlayStation? Do you play on Xbox? Do you play on PC with controller? Yada, yada. Give me all that information, because I want to know. I'm going to be reading the comments. Now, here's the thing. You know how Epic was like, hey guys, we're going to mix the PC and the console lobbies because Nick Merckx and Ghost Aiden did good. You guys remember that? And then I was like, you know what? I'm switching from PS4 to PC. That was the day that I switched, when they announced, I don't think it was this tournament, but the other ones, the solo cup skirmishes or whatever. I'm like, I'm switching. Anyways, there were like 5 people who made it. Ghost Aiden made it, by the way, with 29. There was like 5 people or 6 people who made it with controller, but I think all of them play on the PC. I don't think anybody made it with a PS4 or an actual Xbox. And it's messed up, because there's and I don't care. I don't want them to like add this for console, because I'm not going back to console. I think I even forgot how to play console. I'm gonna stay on PC, but this is for like the people who play on console. It sucks for you guys. Like, Epic is basically saying, here's this game, buy our skins, have fun, and if you want to be competitive, you have to get a computer. You cannot. And if there is one guy, there might be 1 or 2 guys out of like 400. Because remember, there's 200 in Europe and 200 in the US. Math, 400, right? Oh, I did math. Anyways, I don't think anybody actually qualified with an actual Xbox and PS4 controller. Maybe 2 people. Everybody else, Upshaw, Nick Merckx. I know they didn't qualify, but Upshaw, Nick Merckx, Aiden. There was this guy named Excels. I think he qualified. He was playing with an Xbox controller on PC. Yo, so technically you can't call them console players. They're PC players with a controller. They're not console players. Console players are people with an actual PS4, an actual Xbox, an actual, you know, console. Nintendo Switch players made it. Anyways, so I honestly think Epic should split it up, man. There's a lot of great console players out there who actually play on console, not on PC. And it sucks for them, because if this is how it's going to be, even when ranks come out and everybody's mixed into one lobby, Epic is basically taking the competitive and the rank, etc. from the console players, man. And it sucks. And it sucks really bad. You cannot compare the frames. You cannot compare like removing shadows. There's a big difference, you know, maybe playing widescreen, etc. to get more view. There's a lot of things. So I honestly think Epic should split. There's a lot of freaking console players who would do good. They should actually like split the tournaments, you know, and like if Nick Merckx and Aiden want to stay on PC, they should be considered PC players. They're just using a controller. They shouldn't like be in the console lobbies. Like, they should have actual console lobbies. There's enough people with PS4s and Xbox. And I know some people were like, I was reading some messages, and some people were like, because somebody posted about this. I wasn't the only one thinking about this. There was this console guy saying, hey, I'm really good and blah, 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 but, you know, I'm at a disadvantage, etc., etc. People were like, well, who's going to watch console tournaments? Hell, console players will. Console players will watch console tournaments, you know, because they play on consoles. I had a lot of people message me and email me. They're like, hey, Alex, please go back to console because I play on console and I wanted to see you on console, etc. It would be the same thing. Hell, I would watch the console tournament even though I don't play on console anymore, because who cares? It's still a tournament. You know, Call of Duty runs tournaments and it's always on console. PC's not like, you know, involved, but Epic could have PC only tournaments and console only tournaments where you have PS4s and Xbox. Why not? Hell, do iPhone only tournaments. There's some people on iPhones who are amazing. Do Nintendo Switch, whatever. I think the Switch is in a weird spot because it runs at 30 FPS, I think, which is like the iPhone and Android, but then you have controllers. So putting the Switch against the phones would be weird. But yeah, I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. But anyways, this is what I learned, chat. I think I rambled so long already. Next time there's a tournament, or if I could go back in time, like go super aggressive your first 2 games, 3 games, at least until you get like 10 plus points on the first day, the first session, and play on East servers. I'm sorry, East Coasters. I don't want you guys to get offended. I don't, but the proof is right there. You know, like West, I got 2 wins. West, I got 1 win. West, I got 0 wins. I got 1 win. I got 1 win. And then I was going downhill. Plus, like, after you play for so long, you get tired, man. It's exhausting. It's not the same as streaming. Streaming, you're just chilling. This, it was like, But anyways, and then I'm like, boom, let's go East. 3 wins. And I wasn't winning against, like, bad people. These were all freaking tryhards, and I still got 3 wins. So, I wish I was East Coast with amazing ping. Maybe I could have won, like, you know, those other 2 games. But anyways, I can't wait to see you guys later during the stream. Hopefully you guys show up. I already bought my computer, so whenever it gets here, the stream quality will improve. I will still suck. Oh, and I gotta change my binds, dudes. I gotta change my binds. I don't know how to edit. Like, this tournament has given me so much motivation because I was telling my wife, like, my skill level is a 3 out of 10. Like, I'm not even kidding. A 3 out of 10. Like, I'm trash. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to build. I don't know how to do anything, babe. Like, it's so hard with the damn controller. It's so damn hard with the keyboard and mouse. Like, it's so hard. And then my wife was like, why don't you use the controller? And I'm like, nah, baby, that's for pussies. I'm sorry. I was like, no, baby, I'm gonna use a mouse and keyboard. And then this tournament gave me motivation. Because mentally, I'm there. Like, I'm not trying to be cocky. Like, I am there mentally. If I could just get more skill, I don't even have to be like Tfue 10 out of 10. If I could just be like a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, you know, where I can do like edit plays, etc. Like, oh my God, edit plays. Thinking about Nick 830. Nick 830, guys, Nick 830 didn't even make it. I hope this opened a lot of people's eyes. Not just Nick 830, but like other players, also other streamers. Remember what I told you guys. There's so many good people out there that people don't know about just because they don't stream, okay? Just because they couldn't stream. You know, so many great players out there. There's a lot of pros that didn't make it either. And hopefully it opened your eyes, guys, to you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, yeah, so maybe this guy isn't a god like I thought he was. When you are like a 6, 7 out of 10, you can make like noobs look real bad, right? When you do pubs, you can make them look real bad. But when you actually go against other skillful players, you gotta be smart. You gotta not just have skill. You can have all the skill you want, but these guys also have skill. You know, you can't do like little box plays and trap them and microwave them. Microwave Ninja. Oh my God, I just thought about Ninja. Ninja actually freaking made it. A lot of people were hating on Ninja. Ninja this, Ninja, dude. If Ninja wanted to, bro, if like he actually wanted to be a pro player, he could. And he could be like top 5, top 10, whatever. He has the skill and he has the smartness. Smart chat, is that a word? Smart. You know what I mean? Like, holy crap, Ninja did so good. He actually qualified too with 29 points, I think. But yeah, he was slaying, dude. It's like, yeah, if he did a little bit more, you know, practice, he would be amazing. Anyways, I hope to see you guys soon, and I'll talk to you guys later.